All right, so I checked the map. The heat map does show that people do use this as a cut through to Main Street, and it is what you would think would be the thing to do coming down this road. There's clearly a footpath through there, but for my walking around the block purposes, we're gonna keep going along the larger railroad or whatever. So this, I know, is part of the Reedville Town Center project. It's funny, I make videos walking around all over the place in Greenville and Spartanburg counties and other places too, if I happen to be there. But the video I made there in Reedville Town Center, which wasn't anything, too groundbreaking. It was just like, oh, it's Reedville Town Center and Reedville, and I don't see the commercial stuff yet, right? I wasn't really saying anything too interesting, and the footage is, same as always. But for some reason, people keep watching that. It's been like almost a year now, and that's still one of my most profitable videos, which is like 30 cents instead of 12 cents. But like literally 30 cents. So that's interesting. I guess it's a booming area, so people are curious about their area or thinking about moving here. I don't know. It's really hard to understand the ways of the YouTube algorithm. Right, so this road is going to be closing soon. That's, again, I feel like that's kind of a shame because this is my favorite road in Reedville. Is it just because it's an awkward connection to the new subdivision or what? I'll have to look that up too, I'm not sure. Now, Reedville is great in by one metric at least. The metric I sometimes apply to these little small downtowns is, do they's got a coffee shop that opens at a coffee shop time early, right? If you have a coffee shop that opens at 10 or 9, it's like, I'm never gonna go there. I'm not getting coffee at 10 in the morning, right? Not outside the house anyway. So yesterday I was walking in, oh boy, come on brain, where was I walking? Woodruff, right? And they unfortunately did not have an early opening coffee shop, so a bad mark there for them. But Reedville does, actually. Right there in the core, on the grid, so I really enjoy going there. I've gone there once before. Looking forward to enjoying it again today, after this, to warm up my frozen right hand from phone holding. Tell you what, Reedville is changing fast. Probably the last time I came here was, I don't know, 4 or 5 months ago. But with the ongoing, this almost counts as like a mega project. It's interesting. Some places have mega projects, and some just have a bunch of small projects. For example, if you go down towards the coast in South Carolina, you get true mega projects where builders build thousands of homes at one time. One builder does the whole thing. And sometimes they even get approval from the government, like a couple decades in advance. It's really weird. I don't think we do that a lot here in the upstate. But Reedville is almost like a mega project because it's got, little clusters of housing going up here and there and everywhere. And I know at least part of it is a little more coordinated and less, it's not as fragmented. Not that fragments are a bad thing at all, right? Actually, I have kind of drunk the Strong Towns Kool-Aid on that point, and I actually really, really like fragmented development. I kind of like it when the barrier to entry is low enough that anybody and their uncle can kind of build one thing. It's that fine-grained, kind of more organic vibe that I really like, as opposed to this square mile is this subdivision, and that square mile is this commercial. That's kind of boring and bad. But anyway, I don't dislike what they're doing in Reedville, other than I wish they would have stuck more to the actual grid. Like, just extend the roads. They're already there. Just extend them on down, east and north and south and west. Grow the grid. But For some reason, that seems to be impossible in 2025. I haven't really seen any, I don't think any of these towns in this area actually just continuing the grid. They all kind of default to the modern suburban norm. But anyway, yeah, like that's clearly new right over there. That's new. I hadn't seen that before, that White House. And most of this is not new, but this definitely, this townhome development, that's new. I like that. I like townhomes. Sorry, I like density. I'm just gonna say that out loud. I love it. It's great. So that's new. That's cool. So I'm hoping that at one point, with the chubby tax revenue they get from the property taxes here, I wonder if they will eventually put in sidewalks and stuff. Who knows? Who's to say? Of course, the way it works in South Carolina, this road is almost definitely an SCDOT road anyway, to maintain by the state. So it doesn't always compute that if you have more development next to an SCDOT road, that they're going to build a sidewalk, because it's not run by the local municipal bosses, right? Let's see if Mr. Pickup Truck guy will... There we go. He gave me some room. That's nice. Thank you. The previous guy didn't. So one reason I like this is that, again, it is connected to the urban core. I mean, okay, it sounds silly saying that for Reedville. It was never really urban, right? It's such a tiny town. But it's right there. Like, this is a historic church. One road over, blorp, you have your townhomes, right? In theory, one of those people can say, hey, I'm going to church today. I'm going to this church by foot. Hey, on foot is the way to go. And any development we can figure out that facilitates that, always a fan. Always a fan. If you have these same townhomes, the other mile over, the chance of that happening is reduced just so significantly. Is that like a scenic route around that pond over there? I'll have to check that out later, because I've walked in these oops, might gotta get off the road here. Let me take a little bit closer look at that, because that was interesting to me. Let's see if we can see it on this street. So I've walked those big chubby 3-story single family homes over there. I've walked in those neighborhoods in the past. Not a fan. But they've got like a little lake thing going on in the middle, and I wonder if it'll be accessible from both developments, or who gets to walk around that. That'd be cool. Something to check out later. Nice building there. Oh, I can tell from the sound of the wheels this guy's going a bit too fast. We'll see if he modifies his speed. He did. He turned left. All right. Coming back to my parked car just in time to save my hand from frostbite. That's good. Really gotta just get a glove. A single glove. Yeah, I am so curious about these historical homes. I would think that with the area booming, like, these would be the first ones to get snapped up by, rich guys from New Jersey or something, and really flipped and made nice again. You got several in this one street that don't seem to be doing that well. I mean, I guess there are signs of work on this one, but still clearly work in progress.